We need Greece. People want a holiday. They need a holiday after lockdown. It's a real shame what's happening. The mayor and everyone, the local town council and even the local businesses are getting pretty upset about this, is that they're getting groups of essentially British tourists, young British tourists, heading for the beach after midnight and just having these wild parties. No social distancing, no masks and whatever, and they just can't control it, When people start drinking, they just, everything goes out the window, doesn't it? So local people are pretty upset because they feel like it's giving an image, it's just one small area. Laganas is 1 mile long, that essentially the club strip. And it's giving an image of Zakynthos, of Zante, and of elsewhere in Greece, which is not really the true image. One of my closest contacts phoned me and said that on Tuesday night there was a big police presence in Laganas, so all the clubs were closed and everything, and she said the next day it was business as usual. In terms of nightlife elsewhere on the island, it's very, because there's been a curfew, so between midnight and 7 a.m, normally there shouldn't be any kind of group gatherings, no parties, etc. So in terms of nightlife elsewhere, it's pretty quiet, most pubs and clubs, they'll close at midnight. They respect the rules, Well, I was speaking to Colin McLaurin, who has a travel company for solo travellers, independent travel, and he's got several groups out in Argasi there at the moment, which is about half an hour down the coast from Laganas. And he said it's just a different world, that people really are respecting all the restrictions, people... you do now need to, in Greece, you do now need to wear a mask, not in outside areas unless there's lots of crowds, but otherwise if you go into a cafe, if you go into a bar, whatever, you need to put your mask on. There are no outdoor markets, unfortunately, at the moment. But otherwise, and it's my experience too elsewhere in Greece, it's all done very well. You don't really notice it, you don't feel uncomfortable. People are really enjoying their holidays, and relaxing. So it's not something that's really invasive either. With Sunbeds, they have the 2 metre distance between sunbeds. Some places do have these kind of perspex cabins, but that's not the norm, And I don't think people like them much because you kind of fry inside anyway. And none of these stories like in the UK where people are rushing to the beaches and, the beaches are crowded. Essentially because there aren't any crowds here in Greece this summer. 25% occupation in many hotels, even in the height of August. So, it's all very manageable. Scotland and Wales are putting a lot of pressure on the UK at the moment. So everyone's kind of listening with bated breath, hoping, praying that the UK is going to say no. Because, Spain's closed now. We need Greece. We need Greece. People want a holiday. They need a holiday after lockdown. And I see people contact me on Twitter asking me because I'm here. And they say, is it safe? Can we come? We're so desperate. And then people almost in tears thanking me, saying afterwards after they come, saying, thank you, I came because you said it was safe. And I really needed that holiday.